Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fyxshion Reydiou once again here with Digital Games.
Hey,
And
hey.
yeah, and we're really hype about this new anime that came out last month, right?
Yep, came out about last month-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, already in November 2018. So, Diz, tell us about this new anime called Radiant.
Okay, so Radiant, from what I can get from watching right now, it is November 1st, and there's 4 episodes out from what I can tell. So we start off with this character from like the more recent animes that I've been watching that I've really gotten into. I didn't start hating the character. Thank God. Uh let's see, characters that I like started hating. Uh Midoriya from My Hero Academia. I talked about this in the
Yeah,
episode. Actually, the two other animes we've actually reviewed.
yes.
Midoriya and then Asta
Asta, yes.
in Black Clover. I started hating those characters. And then with this one, it's like sigh of a breath of fresh air. It's
Mm-hmm.
like a refreshing sigh to have a character that I actually start out liking because so this main character is Seth,
Yes.
uh, and he's a sorcerer in training. So sorcerers aren't like people that like study and learn magic in this world. So in this world, there's like a greater force of demons or like unnatural creatures that are born and like crash land into the world in like giant chicken eggs. They're like Easter demons, but they look more like hollows from Bleach.
Yes,
I don't know.
yes.
It's weird. But basically if you are injured or something like that, or you just have like a really, really near death close encounter, you become like infected. And doing that lets you gather and control magic. And that's how you become a magician, by having like a near death experience with one of these demons.
Right.
And in this world, it is basically considered cursed. Like within the first 2 episodes, I'm like, this is a lot of shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because okay, so in the first episode, what it plants is Seth uses magic, which he's not supposed to. And in this village that's, let's say, pristine, this village obviously has never had a nemesis attack. Like, no one in this village has seen a nemesis. They often talk about never having seen one, that they don't need sorcerers in their town.
Mhm.
So how sorcerers are viewed in this world is very, how they're viewed in this world is very, very,
They just don't like them. Period.
yeah. I want to say something. I want to like say the word that I'm thinking, but I feel like it wouldn't be too appropriate to say. But anyways, they're basically there, and it's like, really, dude? So they're like insulting them, demeaning them, just being like disgusting human beings
Mm-hmm.
towards the sorcerers, which are Seth and his caretaker.
Yeah.
I don't want to say his mom, but I guess his caretaker, which is Alma.
Like
Uh,
a sensei.
Yeah, like a sensei. That's good. So so basically in this town, like, the Nemesis have never been, and they're like very, very bad, mean, shit people. They're just shit people towards Seth and Alma, and I'm guessing just sorcerers in general.
Mm-hmm.
So then then an egg lands, and Seth is like, "Oh fuck, that's a Nemesis, or that's a nemesis," and the town doesn't know what the fuck it is. So the nemesis hatches, starts attacking the town, and then Seth is like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill this thing," but he doesn't. And cliffhanger ends next episode, and it's like, I was like, "Dude, what? Son of a bitch! No!"
Yes, it does. Oh gosh, yeah.
And I'm like, this is not how you end a goddamn pilot episode.
No.
You were giving me half an episode. This episode is like the first 10 minutes of an open episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically Seth is like, in the end, a bunch of shit happens throughout, and Seth learns more about like sorcerers around the world and how they feel about the situation, and how he stays steadfast. He like gets in his head, he has this idea of being like the greatest sorcerer that ever was, and wiping out every single nemesis so that there is no hate between magic users and people that don't use magic.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And obviously, like, you're so used to characters being main characters being dumb,
Yeah.
you know,
And loud.
just like twerps and loud. And Seth obviously is loud, but he has moments where he like shows that he's mature.
Mm-hmm, yes.
And he is not, he is not dumb. Like, this dude, when they show his room, he has stacks of books, and like, obviously this dude reads. He takes care of the house. Like, this dude is mature.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
At the same time, he is also still a teenager, I think.
Exactly.
But yeah, this dude's like, this show's so fucking funny. I'm not gonna spoil anything about it, but I think you know which character it is, Mr. Batwings. This dude, when I first saw him, gave me like that All Might vibe. I'm like, is this show's All Might? And after a certain twist, I was like, hell no.
Yes, it was.
And I'm gonna say something. I fucking called it. When he was talking to Seth and he was saying the crazy bullshit, I fucking called it. I absolutely called what was gonna happen.
Yeah. Damn. It's like right now we can like spoil it, a bit too much. But yeah, that I think it was that same episode, which was that turning point of what that those people actually were. And yeah, it's not. This is not your average shonen. Like, this is just for a head start. This is a French comic adaptation.
Oh, it's French?
It's French. It's not Japanese. It's not Korean. This is directly French.
That explains a lot as to what they would want to plant in the universe because of how people react to the sorcerers and everything. That actually explains to me a lot. Wow.
And it has a lot of French stuff in it. Even names, even almost names of the places and
Seth, Alma, what was it? Bombay Islands, Boobity,
Melier.
Dragunov.
Mm-hmm. I was like searching about Melier name. I was like, who was Melier in French? And I was like,
dude. Okay, all right. So I'm okay. So I already know by the opening. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Yeah,
wait.
I did.
I need to talk about the Radiant opening for a second.
Yes, go ahead.
I think I have a new favorite anime opening of all time. And yes, I did take into consideration Cowboy Bebop.
Oh
and
God.
Samurai Champloo. I think Radiant has the best anime opening of all time.
It's kick-ass. I gotta say, it's
I
kick-ass.
fucking love it.
Yes.
It's so metal as fuck, but then it's also so anime as fuck, and I just love it. It's just, oh my god, it's just Kurayonayon son 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 mantuere kateo. I don't know if I said the actual words. I'm kind of like learning the syllables each syllable by syllable, but it's oh my god. I just get so fucking hyped. And it's like, oh my it's like I'm watching Naruto for the first time, or Bleach for the first time again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, this intro is amazing.
Always important. Yes.
I know, dude. It's like it makes me, and the ending song, the outro is also a really good song. It like makes me. Usually, once an outro to an anime starts, I usually skip it. This one makes me want to sit through the whole thing.
Yeah, that's a difference. You know that. From new, this is a kind of like a shonen, but it's a different one. It's not your average shonen like.
It's a shonen. It's a shonen, but you can obviously see that it wants to tackle like some real shit.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, like it just doesn't want to be a shonen for the sake of being a shonen. You know.
And I gotta say that the animation and the art style, oh my god, it's I like the color palette here. It's Radiant. I mean it's bright. I think it's what it is, and I think they chose the real, you know.
I see what you did there.
Yes. I think that the studio that are making Radiant, it has not made so many, but I think it had made at least some couple of anime in the past. Wait, hold on. Let me see the list right now, because right now it's
So the studio is
NHK.
I'm probably gonna butcher their name. The studio, the animation studio is Lerche.
Lerche.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
French.
Let me see. Have they done anything else? Headquarters animation team established in 2001. Ooh, and they do have there's like a list of like at least 40 different shows on here. They've definitely have some experience under the belt.
They have.
They did the Danganronpa animation, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, it's
Oh, I also want to say, this is the first anime to ever make me cry.
Oh yes. In what part though? I mean, without shit, I can't tell.
It's okay. If anyone's watching, all right, like really, come on. There's 4 episodes out right now. If you have Crunchyroll, that's 24 minutes 32 seconds ish for each episode.
Yeah.
And the ads for Crunchyroll are like maximum 30 seconds long, and they give like 5 per episode if you don't have premium, which I do, because it's a good fucking deal. But okay, so basically it's 27 minutes of your time times 4, less than 2 hours. Like, come on, just watch it.
Yeah, give it a little bit of love and time though, because this is
the fact. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is an anime that is not it already set it's been set to a 21 episodes only. I do not believe that. but it all depends on the French comic and how they actually made it. But it all depends on the direction of the anime. So continue, Dids.
Wait, but 20. They already said it was just gonna be 21.
21 for now.
For now,
Yeah, for
okay,
now,
because
yes.
this definitely. Like right now, I've only watched 4 episodes. I want this shit to be longer than one fucking motherfucking One Piece.
I know, right? I feel you, bro. I feel you because this anime has so much potential.
I
Ugh.
know. I've never seen within 4 episodes like in a long time. Well, maybe okay. I need to think about this because I don't know if this and My Hero Academia can compete in what I'm thinking, but I haven't seen a world set itself up for such a long run within the first 3 episodes.
3 episodes exactly, and these, like, I think it was like the first and to the third one, the protagonist does not actually beat the nemesis at first. It takes him time. It's not like this typical shonen like today. Oh, he is so strong, but then the protagonist is stronger than the than the enemy. So cliche, and then it beats the enemy in one episode. Like in
I mean, I will say it does have one cliche.
like
Everything's in danger. He passes out and don't know how he does what he does.
well, we've seen that before, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a cliche.
Yeah,
We've seen
yeah,
that before with
yeah.
other shows.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he like passes out, protects a bunch of people, and apparently does something which he's not able to supposed to do, which I didn't catch. Why? So basically, you need to have like a specific material, clothing, to be able to use magic that's within your body. And I didn't know that, and I'm like, where the fuck did they state that? Like, where did they tell me that so that I knew that, so that I could be surprised when he used magic without his gloves? Like, his gloves tore away and he was still using magic, and I'm like, okay, that's awesome. But then is when his sensei was like, don't let people know that you can do that. I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean? What? And I like went back, rewatched the first 3 episodes, and it's literally only explained in like where obviously a TV commercial is supposed to go, and they have like a thing explaining like a little like a loading screen, I guess you could
text, right?
call it.
Is the text on the bottom?
Yeah, like the little texts at the bottom.
Okay.
With like the loading screens going into
Yeah.
and coming out of commercials.
Yeah.
It literally shows Seth's gloves on top of each other without being worn, and it's like sorcerers can only use magic with this specific material clothing. And it's like, oh, so that's where you decide to explain it to me?
Yeah.
And it's like that's something I don't like, but that's something I did not like about it. But still, like it did have a lot of opportunities to explain it afterwards, and it did. So, especially in episode 3.
Yeah, at least it has some limitations. You know, you cannot make it, them extremely powerful because then it will be no
but
fun.
Seth doesn't have that limitation, which is the thing of like, okay, interesting.
Exactly.
Also, I hate that he's dumb in the fact of not caring that he's not supposed to do that. Like, he's not being careful, which is kind of shitty to me. Which is like, you're setting this character up to be super mature, which I now say he is super mature because of episode 3. Okay. Before I go into episode 4, I want to stay on episode 3 for a second and talk about the moment that made me cry.
Right. Yeah. I think it was the same moment that I did cry too.
on the bridge. So basically, Seth in episode 3 is like, "Hey, Alma," to his sensei, and is like, I'm gonna go find this Radiant, which is supposed to be like the nest where all the nemesis come from. And he's like, I'm gonna go find Radiant and destroy it. And she's like, alright. And he's like, you're not gonna stop me? And she's like, no. I hope you do it. I hope you achieve it. Good luck. Here, let me give you things to help you. And I'm like, goddamn. Please don't make this emotional for me.
Oh.
So he's just like, they just have like that classic anime main character, like not really caring. It's just like, this isn't goodbye. I'll see you later. You know? But then he crosses the bridge, like saying goodbye, and then he just stops.
Yeah. That broke me.
And the music dims down.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Even the music in this anime is so good.
And I'm like, he turns around, starts walking towards her with his head tilted down, not saying a word. And I'm like, oh fuck. I'm just talking and thinking about it now. I'm fucking getting goosebumps, and like my eyes are getting a little watery. It's like a awesome scene. Like this is probably my favorite anime scene that I've seen in a good while.
Yes.
But he basically like hugs his caretaker and is like, thank you. Like, Alma, thank you. And that's the moment that I'm like, this dude isn't dumb. This dude knows. This dude's mature. He understands what she means, what she's doing, and why she's like worried about him, and why she's acting the way she's acting. And that to me is like, shit, man. Like that scene made me cry.
And that is
before I even saw him crying.
Yeah, exactly. This is just the third episode, and it made us that emotion. This is the main thing about, you know, getting a good writing. It's just amazing how on the third episode you make your audience very emotional by characters that you've only seen in 3 episodes. And it's just so good. Oh my god, just me talking about this right now, it's like, wow, I mean, Radiant is like I told you guys, it's not your average shonen. This is different, and I really like that. Oh gosh, that moment broke me too, man.
Yeah, man. And it's like, I'm gonna be honest, but freaking Alma, because of that scene, like, I'm glad I got to see her at the beginning of episode 4, but because of that scene, I was like, I hope that the next time we see you is in like episode 478. Because that was like an intense goodbye. Like, maybe not 478. Let's just make it like a good while. Let's at least make it like, if you want to make it like 20, 30, 40 episodes, at least make it like inside the anime, like at least like 3 years have passed by. Try and do that. That to me would be interesting, you know?
And let's see how the story and the writing goes. Since this is just a French comic, it's not the same as a manga, the pacing and all that.
Also, I'm just gonna say, in exception for, all right, so let's say like the more prominent characters, at least in the first arc, so the first 3 episodes, so basically from the start till Seth leaves, we can say that like the main characters that were introduced for that were obviously Seth and Alma. Then we also had what were they? Quartet? The Brave Quartet? Was that it?
I think so. Don't remember.
Yeah, the Brave Quartet. And then the little kid that I don't ever want to see again on my TV screen, Tommy.
That kid, man.
Because I just feel like this dude is like I feel like he's like a fan servicey character, or I don't know what I'm thinking in my head, but like this character is specifically for people that are into like some Boku no Pico shit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the way that he talks and how he always talks to Seth and how he tries to interact with Seth and the stuff that he like brings up and how he mentions topics and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this needs to stop right now. Get this character off my TV screen. I hope I don't ever see that character again. Or anyone else from the island arc, as a matter of fact. I don't want to see anyone else from that island. Except Alma, obviously.
Yeah.
But we get like a more broader introduction to like everything in the world in episode 4. And we also get to meet, I know that they are because of the opening animations and the ending animations, our other 2 main characters in episode 4, right?
Yes. There has been, I think, if it's gonna be just like 21 episodes, I saw on the internet there's a lot more characters than just them, in this journey.
Okay.
So
and I know that there's like a shitload of characters because again, every episode I've watched, I've sat through the opening and I've sat through the outro, and there's a lot of characters that I'm like, I want to know who that is. Why haven't we seen that guy? Please tell me that guy shows up more. Oh my god, I want to see that guy. It's like,
exactly. I'm really excited to just see all of those characters right there in the opening. Because
the dude that's like, he looked like a fucking jack-o'-lantern and shit. He's like covered like a mummy, and then he's got like a mouth with spiked teeth painted on his face. Yeah. I want to see that character so fucking bad.
Yes. And this is more like an adventure type of shonen. And I really love adventure, type of anime, just because there's not just one story going around. It's such multiple story in 2 or 1 single episode. It all depends on the writing on this one, because right now is an average pacing. It's not slow, it's not fast, it's just that. It's comfortable. And all I can say is that the adventure anime, they really hold a lot. They have a lot to tell, and for this one, it has a lot to tell too because of all these characters. And I really want to know all of these characters' background, such as Melie. She got introduced in episode 4.
Freaking Melie.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think she was only in episode
4.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting. I was disappointed about one thing though. So the other 2 main characters, I'm trying to pronounce the air quotes that I'm doing with my fingers as well. Are Doc and Melie, right? Melie, yeah. I don't know why I remembered the I being before the L. I was like, male? It's like, you got mail. Anyways.
Mail. And Melie, like the French director from France.
Alright, so we got Doc, who's this like airship pilot, and he's not a sorcerer, he's just like a researcher.
Researcher.
He like researches Nemesis bodies and whatnot.
Yeah.
But he's also very, very greedy.
Yeah,
so you can see what kind of trope he's gonna be. Yeah. And he'll like easily throw anyone under the bus just so that he can get out of it unscathed. This is very, very interesting.
Yes. So many things.
And then we have Melie.
Yeah. Melie, oh my gosh. What were you gonna
say about Doc? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, not about him. I mean,
no.
So yeah, about Melie before we end this. She got double personality. They're pretty interesting. Oh,
but
God.
the thing that I love. Okay, so I'll describe the first personality. So you get introduced to Melie, and she's like this sweet character.
Yeah.
And she's like, my specialty is defense magic, and she's like this really sweet character.
Totally sweet.
Like mega like airhead. So she's like
innocent.
that like she's like that innocent, annoying airhead girl.
Yeah.
But take out the annoying part. She's just like this innocent, airheaded girl that no matter what she spurts out, you just love it. You just freaking love it. And I really, really enjoy that because normally when you get a character like that, they're just really, really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But she's so great.
Yeah, she's so good.
And then I'm gonna let Cyber explain what happens next.
So she got in a bit of a pickle, you know, on the situation when she gets a little bit depressed or something like that. She gets way too.
I think it's like stressed or like mad.
And then the other part comes out, in which she totally uses other kind of magic, and she kicks ass. Yeah.
She's basically my best way to describe it, especially with her little familiar pet.
Yeah. What was his name?
She basically Boobrie. Boob Rye. I know it's spelled Boob Rye. I don't know how it's spelled. I don't know how it's spelled.
I think it's in French.
Thing.
I think it's in French. It's something in French.
Yeah, so I know how to say it in English or in Spanish, but not in French. But basically, like best way I can describe it, normal Melia is like a total like sweetheart airhead, and then Mad Melia is like some dominatrix BDSM attitude bullshit, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
And this little pet loves it. Like, as soon as she turns into, like, this pissed off version, I think the actual line was, like, he was, like, with hard eyes trying to, like, hug her and, you know, like caress her and shit. Just, like, super, super in love. And she's like, don't worry, Mr. Boobria. I'll punish you later as much as you want. And I'm like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Alright guys, time is up, and I hope you guys like this episode, Radiant, and we will be, you know, talking about Radiant in the future when it gets more episodes and, you know, get something really cool to talk about this anime. So yeah guys, please don't forget to favorite, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. This has been Zarapunky.
And Didzical.
And we'll see you guys later.
Farewell.